name is Sean, this
I'm
is Tian,
Tian.
and this is Mum.
Mum?
Today is our 7th day of reading Bill Clinton, My Life. We've just finished chapter 2 and we're gonna start reading chapter 3.
1, 2, 3. Go.
After the year in New Orleans, Mother came home to Hope, eager to put her anesthesia training into practice. Later that being reunited me and back to her old fun-loving self. She had dated several men in New Orleans and had a fun time, according to her memoir, Leading with My Heart, which I'm sure would have been a bestseller if she had lived to promote it. However, before, during, and after her sojourn in New Orleans, Mother was dating one man more than anything else, the owner of the local Buick dealership, Roger Clinton. She was a beautiful, high-spirited widow. He was a handsome, hell-raising, twice-divorced man from Hot Springs, Arkansas, Sin City, which for several years had been home to the largest illegal gambling operation in the United States. Roger's brother Raymond owned the Buick dealership in Hot Springs, and Roger, the baby and the bad boy of a family of 5, had come to Hope to take advantage of the war activity around the southwestern proving grounds, and perhaps to get out of his brother's shadow.
Tian turn. Go. Tian, look at that. Look at it. Come on. Come on, good boy.
Come on.
The more you longer, the more you stay here. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Go. 1, 2, 3. Go. On a short walk. Go. Let go. Good boy.
Are we up to?
Yeah. Stop. Roger.
Roger loved to drink and party with his 2 best buddies from Hot Springs, Van Hunt Campston, Leo, who owned a Coca-Cola bottling plant across the street from Crispin, Buck, and Gay,
Clinton bullet. I get glasses. It's okay.
who owned several drug stores in Hot Springs and one in Hope. Later built Hot Springs, first shopping center, and was married to Roger's gorgeous niece, Virginia, a woman I've always loved, who was the very first Miss Hot Springs. Right.
Yes?
Their idea of a good time was to gamble, get drunk, and do crazy reckless things in cars or airplanes or motorcycles. It's a wonder they didn't all die young.
Oh, the young.
Yeah.
Mother liked Roger because he was fun, paid attention to me, and was generous. He paid for her to come home to see me several times when she was in New Orleans, and he probably paid for the train trips Mama and I took to see Mother. Papa liked Roger because he was nice both to me and him. For a while after my grandfather quit the ice house because of severe bronchial problems, he ran a liquor store. Near the end of the war, Hempstead Country, of which Hope is the country seat, voted to go dry. That's when my grandfather opened his grocery store. I later learned that Papa sold liquor under the counter to the doctors, lawyers, and other respectable.
He talked about it on Popo, yeah?
Yeah, and other respectable people who didn't want to drive the 33 miles to the nearest legal liquor store in Texarkana, and that Roger was his supplier.
Good. Go. Go, Tian. That's your part. See? Go. Okay. Beginning.
Mama really disliked Roger because she thought he was not the kind man of her daughter and grandson should be tied to. Yep. She had a dark side. Her husband and daughter lacked it, but enabled her to see what the darkness in others that they missed. She thought Roger Clinton was nothing but trouble.
Mm-hmm.
She was right about the trouble part,
Yes.
but not the nothing.
Nothing but.
Nothing but. There was more to him than that, which makes his story
Story, I
even
like that.
sadder.
I like this story.
As for me, well, I knew that he was
Yeah.
good to me and had a big brown and black German Shepherd,
Mhm.
Susie, that he brought to play with me. Susie was a big part of my childhood and started my lifelong love affair with dogs. Mother and Roger got married in Hot Springs in June 1950, shortly after her 27th birthday. Only Gabe and Virginia Crawford were there. The mother and I left her parents' home and moved with my new stepfather, whom I soon began to call Daddy. In a little white wooden house on the south end of town at 321 13th Street at the corner of Walker Street. Not long afterward, I started calling myself Billy Clinton. My new world was exciting to me. Next door were Ned and Alice Williams. Mr. Ned was a retired railroad worker who built a workshop behind his house filled with large, sophisticated model electric train setup.
Yeah.
Back then, every little kid wanted a Lionel train set.
You like it too, aren't you?
Daddy got me one, and we used to play with it together.
Yeah.
But nothing could compare to Mr. Ned's large, intricate tracks and beautiful fast trains.
Mm-hmm.
I spent hours there. It was like having my own Disneyland next door.
Tinter?
My neighborhood was a
Tinter
class.
small one. Okay.
My neighborhood was a Class A advertisement for the post-World War II baby boom.
Uh-huh.
There were lots of young couples with kids. Across the street lived the most special child of all, Mitzi Polk, daughter of Miner and Margaret Polk.
Mm-hmm.
Mitzi had a loud, roaring laugh.
Mm-hmm.
She would swing so high on the swing.
Do you know what a loud roaring laugh?
Yeah.
Can you make a loud laugh? No. You just like that?
No.
She would swing so high on the swing set, the poles of the frame would come up out of the ground. As she bellowed at the top of her lungs, Billy sucks up a hot tool, Billy sucks up a hot tool. She drove me nuts. After all, I was getting to be a big boy, and I did no such thing. This is two sentences.
Go.
I later learned that
Mitzi.
Mitzi was
Developmentally.
developmentally disabled.
Yes.
The term opportunity,
The term wouldn't have meant
Oh.
anything.
the term wouldn't have meant anything to me then, but when I pushed to expand opportunities for the disabled as governor and president,
Yeah.
I thought often of Mitzi Polk.
A lot has happened to me while I lived on 13th Street.
You can read
I
it.
started school at Miss Mary Perkins School for little folks kindergarten, which I loved until I broke my leg one day jumping rope.
So like you.
And there wasn't even a moving rope. The rope in the playground was tied at one end to a tree and the other end to a swing set. The kids would line up on one side and take turns running and jumping over it.
You want to finish here?
All the other kids cleared the rope.
Finish here or continue? You
Yeah.
like continue?
No.
Then you continue.
Now I'm gonna finish here.
And you finish here today?
Yeah.
So we finish here today?
That's all.
So have a
See
good
you
night.
tomorrow.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.